Okay. I haven't been on in a long, long time on my channel,
Neither
but
have I.
well, nobody has. Not on my channel. I don't know. Well, actually, I think I might have hosted 1 or 2 weeks during our picks in the middle of the season, just because Rob was unable to do it. But anyway, here for the draft. That's probably pretty obvious, and I know nothing about it. So real wow, very little. But Brian has some information. He's got some predictions he's going to share with us as we go along tonight. How long do you think this is going to take, Brian? That's the first prediction.
Oh, they get 8 minutes between picks.
Is it 8 now?
So-
It was 10.
Yeah, I think it's down to 8.
It went from 15 to 10, and now it's down to 8.
Yep.
So
32 times 8. And they don't always use all their time.
yeah,
The
240.
draft still doesn't
Four-
start for another
4
hour.
hours, pretty much max then.
Mhm.
And it starts at
An hour from now.
an hour from now.
Mhm.
Okay, so it'll be done by midnight Eastern time. So what I'll do is I'll try to kind of just direct things a little bit, maybe defer to Brian. And Rob is coming back. His computer knocked him off, but he's working his way back to joining us here. And he might have a little delay on his end, hearing Brian and myself. So if you hear a little overlap in the conversation, just kind of bear with us, hoping his computer will eventually get more caught up to ours, and so we won't have the problems with him not hearing us as we speak. So let's see. I don't know if you want to talk about any certain topic to get things going, any certain position that you want to go over, if you want to just kind of go over some of the needs on the first 5 picks or something maybe, and how you kind of think that's going to go.
Well, what I'm trying, I think everybody's pretty certain on the first pick that it's going to be Mendoza
I don't
in
think
Vegas. But it's going to get iffy already in the second place. Are the Jets going to take Bailey or the other guy from Texas Tech or from Ohio State, Marvell Reese? Most people lately have been leaning toward David Bailey, Texas Tech.
Okay.
But
I've heard his name mentioned quite a bit.
They've been keeping it a secret. I don't know why. I mean, they're the second pick, and they're not planning to trade. I don't think they've been in talks with anybody about trading that we know of. So that's one interesting thing. Which of the 2 edge rushers are they going to take? The other thing that kind of interests me coming up is the Arizona pick. There's been a lot of talk of teams moving up to that 3rd pick and Arizona trading back. But I think that gets pretty expensive. Like the Chiefs talked to Arizona, and they wanted our 29th pick and 40th pick, which is in the second round.
Second and third, first and second round.
Yeah, they wanted our first round pick and our first and third, and then there was maybe a late round pick they also wanted. And we need players. You know, we had a lot of turnover this year, especially on defense.
Yeah.
So I don't think the Chiefs are going to move up, or anybody. I don't think they've been able to get anybody interested to pay that high of a price. And Arizona could use a name on the team. If they stay at 3, they'll probably take Jeremiah Love.
Oh, Connor was their running back, right? The last couple of years.
Yeah, they also got Tyler Algiers.
Yeah.
But those 2 are not like the other. Jeremiah Love, may be the best player in the draft.
How many carries do you think? Is Love sturdy enough to carry the ball, you think? More than 20 times a game?
He's elusive enough. You know, some backs it's hard to hit him. And he's one of those that's really elusive. Plus he's really fast. You know, 4.3 times. And he changes directions on a dime. So
as long as you got enough up front to at least give you that little crease that he can try to exploit, you know, there's nothing, and it's just the line's getting pushed backward, and then you have to kind of bounce it outside, and sometimes that works. But
that's the thing that they were talking about on TV today on Get Up, and we talked about this before the show, but you know, Arizona picking a running back is not going to make them. It's almost like Gentry picked by Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have any support around the block for Gentry. You know, they lost. The Raiders lost Colton Miller. He was injured, and Gentry couldn't do his thing. And it would probably be much the same in Arizona, but at least they had somebody that people could buy jerseys, you know, and get excited about watching the team, just to watch him play.
One thing with the Raiders, and they have that first pick, but do you have a list of what they did in free agency? Because I know that they were very active in free agency, the Raiders.
Well, Kirk Cousins was brought in to.
Well, yeah, that's
start quarterback.
Yeah, but they added some defensive help, and
if that's correct, is Cousins on the Raiders right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think they signed some guys, so.
Yeah, and plus they're getting Colton Miller back also.
Yeah.
You know, that was a big loss they had on their line last year.
And is their star defensive lineman, is he content now, you think, or is he still wanting out?
He's still on the team.
Because he was like the man in a trade, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Well, he was actually traded.
And that,
you know, and
that's right. And then the Bengals, he didn't pass the physical.
Yeah, the Bengals backed out.
Yeah.
And I think they knew that could happen.
Was there a penalty for Cincinnati on that by any chance?
I think there should be, and maybe there was. You know, the player was not treated right at all in that situation. No, it was that was an ugly thing that the Bengals did. So, but yeah, Crosby's still at the Raiders, and he'll give it his all. He's a high character guy.
One thing I wasn't clear on with regard to that trade, it was kind of like it was announced, I think, before the trade actually could occur, didn't it? It was kind of like there was a certain date that they had to wait to actually finalize the deal.
Yeah,
and it was kind of like it was talked about.
And he went to Cincinnati, and then he realized right away as soon as he landed that the owner did not meet with him, and that's not a good sign.
Okay, so it wasn't just a matter of then they took a look at him by the doctor and found some kind of a strain to a ligament or something.
They just used the doctor's report.
That was just an excuse.
They had, it was an excuse. They had doubts about. I'm sure he's okay to play.
And then I think they turned around and went to a plan B pretty quick too, I think.
Yeah, they decided on plan B before he landed, I'm sure. Yeah.
So and I don't remember, was it somebody of the Colts that they got? I'm trying to remember stuff that happened months ago, but it was back in February, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that aren't even in the first round of the draft. The Colts is one of them. There are 6 teams: Broncos, Rams. No, Rams are in the draft. First round: Jacksonville, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Green Bay do not have first round picks.
So getting back to the Jets, what do you think they are going to do? Did you already say?
Well, they're either going to take Arvell Reese, the edge rusher, or David Bailey. Lately, most of the talk has been around David Bailey. The upside on Bailey is not thought to be as high as on Reese, but Reese is a more inexperienced player. Bailey's got more experience, and he's more sure to be good right away. Whereas Reese maybe a little more upside down the road, but not as good as Bailey quite right now.
And
nobody's really sure which one they're going to take.
And if you're waiting for upside, then it's almost like you're losing a year of their eligibility before they can go somewhere else.
I think the Jets don't mind because they've got a couple of picks first round here, but they got more picks next year. And I think they're really counting on putting their team together next year.
Yeah. And I guess the thing with the upside is you just don't know exactly how long it's going to take for it to kick in. You know, I mean, is it going to take a whole year before they up their game, or is it going to be within a few
Right.
weeks?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, and then I mean, I don't. Do you think that the weight room stuff is any different now after college than it is while they're in college? As far as
No, I think the big difference is the level of competition and the
yeah,
the more games and a lot more
it
effort.
seems like in the past you'd hear about guys, they get drafted and then the pro team would be like, oh well, we got to add some size to the guy or something like that. I don't know if that's necessarily the case anymore. I think there's more of a science to try to get these guys in the physical shape that they need to be in for the pro game before they get there.
Seattle's pretty big, and they won the Super Bowl, and the Eagles have a lot of size. I wish the Chiefs would get bigger myself. I thought that Simmons was not really big enough to hold up for the whole year, and he did not hold up for the whole year. That left tackle for the Chiefs. And I looked at them. They listed him at one thing. They said he was like 6'5", 305 or something like that. But he was standing next to Kelsey, and I thought, man, Kelsey looks almost as big as Josh Simmons, I just thought it was too small. So after that point, I was thinking, man, if we could get somebody like Proctor there, although I don't think they're going that direction, but, because there's a lot of upside to Proctor, but there's some downside as well.
The Titans, it looks like, are number 4. You think they try to get Ward a little bit more protection up front with the first pick, or are they gonna?
I think they're going to go for the best player available. Yeah. And if Arizona trades out of the third spot and Bailey or Reese are still there, they'll probably take them. If they're not there, I think they'll take Sonny Styles, a linebacker from Ohio State.
Well, I was just thinking it's probably a good chance that that's a Buckeye in that spot with the Titans.
Yeah, there's going to be some Buckeyes going. Well, I got 3 Buckeyes.
Yeah, and then the Giants might take a Buckeye too. I don't know if that's. Yeah,
they might. Tennessee might take Reese. If they pass on Reese, I think the Giants will take Reese from Texas Tech. I think this year a lot of teams are going to go best available player because a lot of the premier players are not in the most impactful positions. This is not a quarterback year. There may not be a quarterback in the first round.
So would you predict that there's not going to be a lot of moves in the first round? Because I mean, you were talking about
fewer than the last 2 years, but there are some trades that are looming. Kansas City wants to trade up with Dallas. That's one of them.
Because the team that's moving down is always going to be trying to get a lot, but then you might have to compromise.
There was a lot of talk about the Chiefs trying to trade their number 9 and 29 to Dallas and taking Dallas's 12 and 20. And I think they want that back end of the pick more than the front end because they want to get the best available offensive lineman. There's going to be a run on offensive linemen. I think somewhere around the middle of the draft through early 20s, there's going to be a big run on offensive linemen. And I think the Chiefs are looking at that and wondering if there's going to be really anybody left by 29.
Yeah.
So I think the Chiefs are definitely looking to move up. But they can't spend a lot. They can, they need players. So we'll see. But I thought that was a trade that made sense because it probably depends on how things go. Dallas needs a cornerback pretty bad. I think they're looking at Mansour Delaney to play corner. They were looking at not signing Pickens or franchise tagging Pickens. And they told him that yesterday at a press conference that we're not going to do an extension. It's going to be a franchise tag. And then the Pickens agent said the holdout But then an hour ago, Pickens changed his mind and signed the franchise tag.
No,
So now Dallas is not looking for a wide receiver. Probably with the first pick, they'll probably go with some defense.
Mm-hmm.
But they might be concerned whether the corner Delaney is going to get grabbed between 9 and 12. So they may want to move up with the Chiefs for that reason. And the Chiefs are probably looking at this and saying, we still think we can get an edge rusher and maybe even still get Reuben Bain if they make that trade. And then that will put them in a better position to get an offensive lineman at 20 than 29.
I've got this thing I printed off from NFL Network, Dan Parr, 5 biggest roster needs for all 32 teams. And for Cleveland, the biggest need on there says is quarterback. Oh, isn't that sad that, how many decades now they've been trying to fill that spot, and how many draft picks, even first-round picks they've used, signing free agents, all the types of things.
Well, the Watson thing was just a disaster.
And I never did understand that.
Now they need to protect their quarterback. So I think they're going to go offensive lineman. And I don't know if it's going to be Fano or Maligoa I thought it was going to be Maligoa, but with the news of his herniated disc and maybe 3 months surgery, they'll put him out 3 months, maybe miss training camp in early part of the year. They might be rethinking Maligoa and going with Fano, but long term, this is not supposed to affect Maligoa. My son had a herniated disc playing baseball his senior year, and it was about 3 months before it healed, but he did not have surgery. He healed on his own. But it took about 3 months.
Yeah,
he still played. he still played baseball with a herniated
I have one
disc
in my neck, and it got really bad a couple times, but it's been about 20 years. Hopefully, I don't have any more serious problems with, but that it was extremely painful, though.
He says he's not having any symptoms, right now, but he's not also trying to push 300-pound men all over the field. So
right,
we'll see how that goes.
I don't know. I mean, something when you're up against something like that, the resistance and everything can cause that to slip again, I would think. But
Bob's
on his way in, by the way.
If I was a GM, I would be saying, let's look again at that surgery thing and get that done as soon as possible. But I don't know if he's willing to do that. We'll see.
Yeah. I don't know. That's probably a big setback. But then again, if you don't
it could cost him a lot of money if he falls from, say 6 to the next team. Then what's an offensive lineman? And that might be Detroit. That's 17. That's a lot of money between he'd be losing.
The other
thing about that Arizona pick is it's slot money. If they take Love at 3, he's going to be the second highest paid running back.
Welcome back, Rob. When you hear it.
Oh, there's Rob.
Rob was talking about this tight end out of Oregon, Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he'd be happy with Washington taking him in their number 7 spot.
Number 7. I think he's the best tight end out there for sure. I'm not sure about the value for a 7 spot. Sadiq is rated.
Can you hear me?
14th,
Yes.
14th best player. But that's a possibility for sure.
Yes. You're kind of freezing up. Let me text you.
Rob, have you thought about using your phone?
Shit.
We're live, by the way. We'll do that now.
Yeah.
We're on.
Especially not right there. Oh, man.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Can you hear us?
It ain't gonna work.
Have you thought about using your phone?
It's where I'm at. Yep. I can't. I won't watch TV in the other room. I wouldn't be able to watch it in there. Might be able to take it in the office. Maybe I still can. Did I do something? This is screwed up.
I'm not sure Rob can hear me.
I don't know. I'm texting him.
Yeah, asking him if he could use his phone and watch the ESPN on his computer, maybe something like that.
Well, you could probably use the phone and sit there, and then just you'd have to hold it, I guess. So I know he's in his living room where he's got the TV. Well, you know that too because you've been there.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're gonna go back there. We're gonna see him first week of May. We're gonna go back and watch grandsons play baseball in Virginia. We'll see Rob too.
So the top two running backs in the draft are both from Notre Dame.
Yeah, I do think the price will go to Seattle because they got questions about the guy they got from UCLA in his recovery from his injury.
Okay.
So yeah, I think they're going to take Jadarian Price, Seattle, that last pick. Arizona is probably trying to trade with him to get so they can get Simpson, the Alabama quarterback.
Yeah, I kind of liked him. That quarterback, Simpson.
No, yeah, he's very good. Maybe a little undersized, possibly. And Lord knows Arizona knows about undersized quarterbacks. You had Kyler Murray trying to look between linemen to see the his receiver.
Yeah, he just looks like a boy among men out there, and it's just because I don't know how tall he is, but he looks like he's 5'7", 5'8", running around out there. And the other guys, I guess it's because they're well over 6 foot, a lot of them.
Yeah.
I think I saw he was like 5'10", maybe, but that
might be stretching it. Yeah.
Well, it is for me too.
All right.
By a little bit.
Battery, give out for it. Get in here and you watch.
What you do?
Battery about 10
Trying to
years
plug it in?
old. Shit, come on. Oh.
No, I don't think you can.
Damn it. We live too, ain't we?
Yeah, we are live.
Yeah.
So far, we're still on YouTube.
Oh, we live.
Channel's hanging on by a thread.
I almost said fuck it, but I didn't.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. Oh, I did say shit. Oh, me. Having all the luck. But do I really give up? Beep. Son of a bitch.
Well, you
Piece of
You
shit.
must have put it on a turntable and just got it spinning.
Oh, I'm bringing everything to the computer. I'm bringing everything to I'm coming to the I come to the office.
Oh.
My office.
Well, you can have the sound on, I guess, a little bit, as long as it
yeah,
doesn't.
Now
you're coming through
plug
better.
it in.
We heard all that.
All right.
Can you pull something up on your phone so you can
Let's
kind of
see.
follow the draft on there?
I'm good now. Oh, I turned my phone off too. I turned my phone off trying to make nothing else available on it. On the thing. Hold on for a second. I can't even tell if I got a virus up here. But that's it. Got all my paperwork in yonder. So who y'all talking about?
Oh, we've
Well,
been
I
just
just-
talking about the first few picks.
Yeah. And I had just mentioned your tight end that you mentioned. We kind of went over him. Boy, after all that, I don't even know where we were. We talked about, well, we were talking about running
Talking about
backs.
Kansas City control today.
Well, we were talking about running backs, what Seattle was going to do, what Arizona was going to do, and potential trades with regards to Arizona and their spot high in the draft. We were just kind of bouncing around on those kinds of topics right now. Arizona's where 3? Yeah, third.
Third, but they need to get a second.
Arizona.
What?
They got an early
I'm
second.
listening. I hear-
Arizona also.
Can you hear us?
Can y'all hear me? I may have to
Yes.
go to the headset. You can hear me. All right.
Yes.
All right. I heard a little bit of what you asked, but
Okay, well, what we were talking about is running backs mostly just before you got on. What Seattle might do, and Brian was saying they might take the guy from Notre Dame, the second guy.
Darian Price.
Yeah. Because the running back that was injured late last year might not be ready for at least the start of the season. He was out of UCLA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charbonneau. And then, of course, they don't have Kenny Walker anymore. He's with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's on. I think Notre Dame's going to have two that go, and that'll be the only 2 in the first round. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I think Price and Love. I think they're the only 2 that's going to go.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I don't see nobody else going.
And then
Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas's got a running back.
You can't hear me again.
That's decent.
well, it's just it
started.
freezes up a little bit, but I think it'll get better. And then Simpson. What was it you said about Simpson? Who's interested?
Arizona's interested in Ty Simpson.
Yeah, I like him. I think what I saw with him, Alabama.
Talking to me, oh, okay.
The thing about Simpson, he's a little small, and he only completed 40% of
Arizona,
in the pass. That's kind of a downside.
Arizona loves him.
Mm.
Well, yeah. I mean, Murray is just.
Yeah.
We were saying he's.
Oh, it's 12 12 college starts.
Yeah, nobody's ever gone to a Super Bowl with less than
That hurts him too.
30 college starts.
Yeah.
So they got Brissett will probably start, and then Simpson will probably sit until he's ready. You know.
Boy, Brissett, how many teams has he been with now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
We had him for a little while in Washington.
Being used.
Did okay
He's
when
with Washington. He's with Cleveland. I think he's been with
Indianapolis.
Crazy.
New England. I want
I
to say.
hope
Jacoby Brissett.
he gets the
Yeah, he was with Indianapolis to start with, wasn't he?
Next time.
And where is Richardson now? I forget. He's with another team now, right?
I don't know where I'm not sure he's still in the league. Not sure.
Well, he never could stay healthy. It was just
Who's that?
Richardson.
Dorian Richardson.
Yeah, he would get hurt, but it was not just a week or two. Well, it was. He'd get hurt for a week or two, but he'd come back and then he'd get like half a season or more injury right after that. After he'd come back. So
Stepping back.
Pickett, we discussed Pickett. Brian was talking about him re-signing.
Is
with
he a
a
running
franchise
back?
player.
I'm gonna do this. Hold on. You might still be able to hear me, but you can't see me because I unplugged my.
Yeah, we can hear you.
They're in here.
All right, that's cool. Now I'm plugging that back in, and then now I'm going to go to the headset. I think it's better. I think it's more direct.
All right.
Computer. Yeah, I believe it'll work better. Yeah, there we go.
All right. Can you hear us?
All right.
Good.
Now let me. Yeah. All right,
Can you hear us good, Rob?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. We're getting this going now. Okay, hold on.
Yep.
I got
30
you.
minutes, right?
30 minutes till
before
draft
we
time.
get started.
Yeah, that's cool.
Draft must starts in 30 minutes.
30 till it starts. Like I say, I won't know no picks or nothing because I'm not watching it, so I can't.
I'll
read
tell you the
nothing.
picks.
Well,
I'm
that's
gonna
all right,
watch it
because
on my
there's always going to be one of us that
I'll
gets
try.
that before the other two, probably. So it's just we can still just kind of react to what's going on and then talk about what's going to happen next.
Mhm.
How long do you think it'll take for that first card to go up there?
Yeah, the year.
Well, I'll be pretty quick because nobody's trading up to number one.
That's cool. Yeah.
Raiders aren't going to do it.
I'll tell you one. I like a kid from Indiana.
Ding, 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 ding. So, and then I didn't even know until tonight that it was 8 minutes between picks. I knew it was 10. I don't know, even know what it was last year.
Well, are you, Keith? You're a fan of the Indiana Hoosiers, aren't you?
Okay.
Well, like Big Ten, just in general, I guess.
Let's take.
I was happy to see them win last year.
Well, me too.
Technology the way it's went. That's why they do it in 8 minutes now, I guess. All right.
Hey, Kitty says hi. And she's probably just tolerating this for a moment. She was starting to, there you go again, walking on my keyboard. Now you're laying on the keyboard. You always got to be on top of everything. Why? Because you're a cat. That's why. Cats being cats. You got a pet, Brian?
No,
Okay.
no, we don't. My wife had a pet or had a dog, a big dog, when we met. He didn't last very long, but boy, that guy could speak English. I mean, he understood us, and you could understand him.
Really?
It was fun, yeah. He got in trouble in our community, and it was like a 3 strikes and you're out type thing. So Lori's mom took him back to Colorado to live with her in Denver. And so the first time we went to go visit her mom, the dog's name was Buddy. He came up and to Lori and it was like, I'm not happy with you. We're not talking. But that didn't last very long.
Yeah. The little dog my mom and dad had, supposedly, when my mom would come down here to visit for a week.
Right. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right.
She'd get home and that dog would be laying on her side of the bed. And then when she'd get home, that dog would be like, what do you think you're doing?
Can you hear me now?
This is my spot. We can hear you, Rob.
Damn,
Froze
thing
a
ain't
little bit.
working. Shit. Testing.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know. He's got. If you got that
Testing.
plugged in, you're not going to hear us because you don't have it on your ears.
Test.
We hear you, but do you hear us?
Oh, yeah. Right.
I would think you'd have to have the headset.
Trying to
on
get
to
both
hear.
working like that.
You there?
So it ain't working. You can't hear me either way. So,
No,
I can hear you. I can hear you fine.
We hear you, Rob.
I ain't here.
Are you hearing us?
Oh, you can hear me fine now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let me see something. Audio. Yeah, I hear y'all fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
All
still
right,
a
hold
little
on. Let's
delay.
try this. Does that bottle?
It was a little bit of a delay, but we can hear you a little bit.
They can't hear me, so let's try something different.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
They were. That's not good. Okay, I'll change it.
There you go.
Can
Last thing you did, we heard.
you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you?
Yes.
Not well.
All right.
I don't know. He's got where he's got the microphone, though.
All
It
right.
might be
I
up by
want
his
you
eyes.
Nah, it's down here.
There we
go. But I don't think it's working.
Yeah. We can hear you, Rob.
I'm hearing you through my computer. I was trying to get the heads. It's cutting on and off, on and off, on and off. I hope the damn thing starts working right. Let's hope it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's times where you're coming through just fine. It's just a little choppy, is all. I mean,
Okay. Let's hope.
Let's give it a little bit of time.
It gets away from the choppiness. What is it?
Yeah.
What was it? 20? Yeah.
It's about.
How
23
far
minutes.
behind am I?
I don't know. Just a few seconds sometimes.
Maybe a second.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you're
1,
good.
2, 3.
You're good. You're on time.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. So I got a bunch of mock drafts here. I got Daniel Jeremiah's. I got Peter Schrager's. I got Joel Klatt's. I got Mel Kiper's. And then I got the top 5 quarterbacks, top 5 running backs, top 10 wide receivers, top 15 offensive tackles. So I think this might be a year that one tight end is all that's going to get picked this year. I think it'll be one, but he's hell on wheels. He's a tough one, kid from Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Rob's probably aware of it. I don't know.
Ohio State.
Rob, did you hear about what Brian was talking about earlier with Peter Schrager and
sure.
On what was that on NFL Network?
I'm not sure.
Who?
Not sure what you're getting at, Keith.
Well, the thing where the guy walked off.
Oh, Seth Rollins. Yeah.
Seth Rollins.
Yeah, but he was on site with
Kyle Brandt.
Yeah, and he got offended at something Kyle Brandt said. Kyle was trying to make a comparison between football and wrestling and ages, talking about Aaron Rodgers. Pittsburgh's waiting to hear for Rodgers if he's going to play again, And Rodgers is what, 39, something like that.
40.
And Brent was trying to make the point that being 39 in football is more difficult than being 39 in wrestling. Well, Seth Rollins got offended at that, and he made a big scene and walked off the set of NFL Network.
And it was Seth that was on with Eisen later.
Yeah, then he went on the Eisen show, but I did not see that part of it. Well, they're showing the crowd at the draft.
But that was set up. It was set up for Seth Rollins to get pissed because he's got a thing with WWE going on tonight at 6:30. So it was 6:30 or 6:45. He had something going on. So he had to get off the stage anyway. So he had to play the heel part, be a badass. And
okay,
I don't
so
know what to do with you, throwing shit at him and all. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
It won't. I'm really mad at you because if you watch the satellite feed, he went over and shook his hand after he went off the aisle.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He screwed up and did that. Yeah, so it's all kayfabe or fake or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, they're thinking about 100,000 being at the draft, and they showed a side of the crowd. It looks like there's easily
badass or whatever. I'm right now. Who gets that offense? That offense getting a beast, getting a Malagoa. He is a beast.
Yeah, I think he's the first offensive lineman picked, but it came out that he's got a herniated disc. So they're wondering if he's going to need surgery, which will require 3 months. Maybe not ready for the start of the season. But I don't think that's going to upset his chances. I think he's still going to go early.
Yeah. I don't think so either. I think there's a couple of players that injuries and nagging injuries and stuff might hurt them, but I don't think that one's going to hurt him. McCoy out of Tennessee, he's a cornerback.
Yeah.
You got to count on your knees and legs in that deal playing corner. I think McCoy, he may drop a little bit. I would have a red flag out for him, I think.
Yeah, the other thing about Malagoa, he never missed a start in college. So that he was dependable.
Yeah.
How many Miami Hurricanes do you guys
defensive end from Miami that's 25 years old? Akeem. Four.
You're thinking about Reuben Baines?
Four
Hurricanes.
But I think 7. Yeah, Reuben Baines Jr. go too. I think 7 Ohio State players are going in the first round, maybe 6.
I've got.
It's going to be 4 or 5 going in the top 10. That's crazy.
I got 3 in the top 8. Yeah.
Let's see. Ohio State's got Carnell Tate will go. He'll go. Let's see. Hold on just for a second. I got some right
Sonny
here.
Styles. Caleb Downs. They're going early.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Caleb Downs, no doubt about it. Oh yeah. And then let's see. I got Carnell Tate.
Orville Reese. Orville Reese will go early.
Caden McDonald, the
I don't
defensive
think
tackle. He'll go in the first round.
He'll go in the first round, but not in the top 10.
You got a message here for you, Brian.
Yeah.
I'm doing great. Things are going well. In fact, the Royals are moving next door to where we live. So, yeah, I'm doing really great.
Oh.
So
What's up, Ron? Sonny Styles. Sonny Styles will go early.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Orville Reese.
Yep.
He'll be the first Ohio State player to go. Orville Reese will.
Maybe. It depends on who the Jets take. David Bailey or Reese. We'll see.
Texas Tech.
No, but I'm saying he'll be the first Ohio State player to go. That's what I'm saying. Because the other kids from Texas.
Plus, need gets in the way for the Tate. Do you think Tate could possibly get taken out of him?
I think Styles will go before Reese. Myself.
Styles.
Mhm.
I think Reese goes first. I actually think
Reese
Styles will
will
be
go
the third
second.
to go. I think Downs will go before Styles will. I think Styles will be the third one to go. I think Downs will go before Styles does. I think Styles. This is what I think is going to happen. I think the Cowboys are going to move up, but it all depends on where they move up. If they move up to 6th, they want to get Sonny Styles. They want him bad, really bad. Am I coming through bottom now?
Yeah, it's getting better and better.
Cowboys, Rob, were talking to the Chiefs about swapping their 9th and 20th pick, or 12th and 20th pick for the Chiefs' 9th and 29th.
Yeah.
So that might happen. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Brian, I missed, what was it
And
you
the
said
Chiefs,
about?
if the Chiefs move up that high,
They won't.
they go take that defensive back. Well,
You said something about McCoy, didn't you, Brian?
No, Rob was talking about McCoy's leg injury.
they'll get the defense back from LSU, I think. You don't think so?
Monsieur Delaney, some people have him mocked to the Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs will
We gotta
take
get
him.
better.
And there's some reasons for that.
I think they will. We'll see.
They learned last year that
We'll
our
see.
defensive backs cannot cover receivers for 5 seconds. Nobody can. They have to get a pass rusher in the worst way. So the Chiefs are looking for a pass rusher.
The Penn State quarterback is rated as the 3rd best in the draft.
Drew Allar.
Yeah, he wasn't that great,
Yeah.
was he?
I think they're going to say too, though.
Allar's got a lot of experience, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And he sort of finished better than
Drew Aller.
Oh, yeah, because they had a backup in there. Later in the
Especially when he
season,
knew
right?
his coach was going to get fired.
Mhm.
You see, I see the Chiefs maybe going defensive end at 29. I think they'll wait till then and go after the
If
kid.
they,
from
well,
Auburn.
if they can't get Reuben Bain, they'll wait till 29 to get a defensive end. Yes, but
Get
I think
Falk. I believe they'll go after Falk.
possibly.
Yeah.
Or if Cassius
Yeah.
Howell is still
University of
if either Howell or
if University of University of what's his name? Harris Jessup.
Auburn. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
What-
University of Harris Jessup.
Where is what's going on with the quarterback that was at Vanderbilt that kind of made a fool of himself at the Heisman?
Well, yeah, he ended up putting in for the draft, and he made a fool of himself in a couple of the
Hey, Lori.
what do you call it, the interviews.
Yeah.
Right now, he's 9th on the board. He's 9th on the board as far as
Quarterback?
he's way down. He's not on the top 5. Top 5 right now. I've got are I'll give them to you right here. Mendoza, Ty Simpson, Nussmeier from LSU, Carson Beck from Miami, and Drew Aller from Penn State.
Yeah.
He got passed by all of those kids, and that's a shame because he's a good quarterback, but he's had too many idiots in his ear. He had an idiot. He had an idiot. What do you call it? He hired agent. He got rid of his ass, and I think now he's got somebody in his family. I don't know how much better that is, but it ain't helped his draft stock at all. He probably, if I was betting, I'd say he'll go undrafted. Yeah,
You may well.
pretty sad.
It's hard to forget that interception back through. Was it against Louisville or something last year? At that game they lost. I think that was Miami, right?
They're doing
Vanderbilt.
fireworks and flyover now.
Vanderbilt.
National anthem.
Beck, he was with Miami, right?
South
Then
Carolina, he threw an interception against.
well, the game
Oh,
against
okay.
Louisville,
I
I
thought
was
you was
thinking
talking
was
about-
the one that they ended up losing. He threw a screen out to the right, and it.
Oh, you're talking about Carson Beck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beck.
Beck does have an interception.
Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about.
Oh, we were.
I thought
but
you was talking
might
about the
have-
Vanderbilt kid. The Vanderbilt kid, yeah. Where he screwed up was against South Carolina, where when he threw the interception, never got touched, went on his knees and started banging the ground like a crybaby, and the guy ran 2 yards beside him and ran for a touchdown. You can't do that shit. You just can't do that.
Now the quarterback from Duke, he
So,
transferred
Ron,
to
who's going to be the number 1 overall pick, Ron? Who is that?
the quarterback from Duke, I think, transferred to, was it Miami or? Oh,
We got Rob froze.
yeah.
That's kind of a good picture.
What was his name?
Yeah,
Now it's time to take a screenshot. There we go.
as a thumbnail.
Rob, you froze with a big smile on your face. That was a good.
Yeah, you did. It
screenshot.
was big. Don't freeze that now.
Yeah, don't freeze it.
Well,
That's
lost.
cool. That's butter.
we
So,
lost Ron on that, I think.
the kid from Duke, you talking about the kid from Duke that went to NC and then went to Notre Dame. Oh, I know you're talking about.
I thought my boss at work. I thought
Oh,
he said
darling,
he
like
transferred to
it.
Miami or something, but
No, he went to Notre Dame.
No,
Notre Dame. Oh, okay. He's mistaken.
Notre Dame.
He
Hold
said
on for
Miami.
I'll tell you his name in a second. Duke quarterback that transferred to Notre Dame.
Hey, he got
Riley Leonard.
Yeah.
he got James Madison into the playoffs. Wasn't
I think there's only going to be one quarterback
Who
going. in the
Riley
first
Leonard
round.
did?
well, whoever was quarterback in that for Duke against
I'll say two.
Virginia.
You think 2 will go in the first round? Okay.
Yep. Especially if the Cardinals, Jets, or the Rams move up, that's what they want. That one of them teams want that quarterback, Simpson. And it's advantages to getting him in the first round. You got an extra year, you can have him. You can have him for a 5th year. Whereas second round picks, you can only sign them for 4 years. That's a max.
Mm-hmm.
So, you get that 5th year option. Especially if you got a quarterback that you're gonna let sit. If it's a Rams, think about that. He's not coming in there and playing next year. Probably not the following year. So if they go do the Green Bay path of things, you want him in that first round, even if you got to go to the last pick of the first round, move up and just give up a little bit of draft capital. It's worth it. So,
All right, Rob. Since you're kind of
I definitely think he'll go first round.
Since you're doing better right now with the computer and everything, I'm just going to end this stream and then restart another one just so that people can kind of catch us right before the draft.
Oh, well, you need to do it now because the draft's going to start in about 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I just do it real quick.
All right. You go send